Known for his mullet and high-energy approach, his 2022 Goal of the Year made him a Bombers fan favourite.
The brush off, runs into space, outside of the boot.
But he could just as easily have been kicking the round ball around had he not given AFL a shot at the age of 17. He tells us more next. Hello, welcome to Knockoffs, brought to you by Pepper Jack Wines. Richo here, and today I am joined by a cult figure, Essendon ruckman Sam Draper. Sam, thanks for coming in, mate.
No, thanks for having me.
Now, we like to have a little snack here before we get into it. What have you got for me today?
Yeah, a few arancini balls with
Beautiful.
a bit of aioli. Looks delicious.
Looks good. That'll go good with the Sangiovese down there. You're a red wine man?
Very good. Yeah, I don't mind a drop of red. Yeah, from down near McLaren Vale. So
yeah, lovely.
A few wines from down there.
You should know, being from South Australia.
Exactly right.
Mate, we'll go back though before we get into SA. You were born in Australia, 3 years here in Australia, but both your parents are English.
Yes, yeah, that's correct. All my family's still over in England, apart from my mum, dad, brothers and sister. So yeah, they're in Adelaide, but love living in Australia, obviously. It's worked out pretty well for me so far, but definitely I'm going back this off-season in England, so it'll be good to see some family.
Yeah, great. So your mum and dad moved out here. I think your mum was actually pregnant with you when they moved out here, had 3 years, and then they went back to England?
Yeah, that's correct, yeah. The plan was always to be in Australia, but a few things happened, so we had to move back to England, and then moved here when I was 9, and absolutely loved it. Love the lifestyle that you can live in Australia. I think it's a lot more opportunities over here, and I'm definitely glad we moved.
And your mum, I believe, played basketball for England.
That's correct, yeah. It's funny, my dad, good soccer player. He thinks I get my sporting talents from him, but I think deep down it's from my mum. She was a gun. She played for England in the 80s. Basketball wasn't in the Commonwealth Games back then, right. But she played in the equivalent of that, and so she was pretty handy.
And your dad was a soccer player?
Yes, soccer player, no nonsense centre back, just loved to get stuck in and a few tackles and all that, but he was a good sportsman as well.
So you moved back to Australia, and you actually didn't play Aussie rules as a kid. Your dad being soccer, you followed him in his footsteps.
Yeah, no, I was soccer mad, absolutely loved it. Always wanted to play footy, but you got to pick one or the other really, because they run on the same days, and I played the odd school game here and there just to get a day off school and have a run around, but I had no idea. And always stuck with soccer until I stopped enjoying it as much, and I kept growing as well. Yeah. And all my mates were sort of just like, why aren't you playing footy? So gave up soccer end of year 11, and started year 12. Yeah, went down to my local club. Yeah,
so your local club, and then to South Adelaide?
Yeah, so down to the Ranella Wine Flies. They're a great team name down there. And then did pre-season with them, and then played a few practice games, and South Adelaide asked me to come out, and pretty much just rocked up, and then Tony Bamford was good enough just to pick me, and just I played the whole season with them, and started off down at half back, just sort of chased my man everywhere, and just went for it, and then he pushed me into the ruck, and I was kind of just wasn't afraid to make mistakes, played with a full head of steam, pretty much how I do now, and it's working out so far.
So did you play much footy at all? Did you have a good skill base, or you had to learn really pretty much from the time you got there?
Yeah, like a few, I know at lunchtime when you play marks up with your friends and stuff, I'd play that, but the odd school game here and there, but that was about it. So had a lot to learn, and I still do now. I still feel like I've got a lot to learn, a lot ahead of me, but I feel like I just wasn't afraid to make mistakes. I think that really helped me with my development. Yeah,
so the Bombers pick you up and you come over, and a couple of years of development. Who sort of helped you when you first got to the club at the Bombers out of Tullamarine?
Yeah, I had a few good ruck mentors there. Mark Jamo was my ruck coach for about 8 years. He was an absolute legend, and he's always believed in me from the start. And big Tommy Bellchambers, Matt Leuenberger, and they were good to me. Big Tom Bellchambers probably was the main one. He used to just beat me up pretty much at training. And
he's a massive unit.
He's a big unit, but I think he loved that I kept fronting up and kept wanting more, and we built a good relationship from there. And when he retired, he wanted to give me the number 2 and hand it down, so that was a very special moment for me and him, and he's someone I really look up to.
Is it true that the Saints chased you before you'd even played a senior game out at the Bombers?
Yeah, no, they did. I just actually did my knee, and St Kilda come, which was pretty amazing at the time. I didn't really understand it. I thought it was it was a little bit crazy, and it actually it shocked me a lot, really. I wasn't expecting it, and then but it worked out for me. I was happy to stay at Essendon. I really appreciated what Saints they offered for me then, and that they believed in me. But I felt like I owed it to Essendon because they took a chance on me, just a rookie from Adelaide, soccer kid with a shaved head that had no idea. So I thought I'd repay the faith.
What was the hardest thing you probably had to learn? And your ruck craft's one, but what was the hardest skill for you to develop?
Oh, yeah, it's probably my kicking. It's still a work in progress still, I think. I feel like I've made some good improvements with that. But just the general like footy smarts and reading the game. I feel like playing soccer has helped me a lot with that and being agile and be able to be on my feet. But yeah, probably the fundamentals, I reckon. And then just different sort of fitness footy compared to soccer. I feel like you're definitely a lot more sore after games and just backing that up. So yeah, that's probably the main one, I reckon.
I reckon Aussie rules has actually taken a bit from soccer with the zoning sort of defence and the rolling defence. So it probably does adapt pretty well now, doesn't it?
I think so, yeah. Everyone's trying to be like Pep Guardiola and real tactical. But yeah, it's not probably one-on-one anymore and worry about your man. You've got to be connected to your teammates and really zone off.
Mate, so 2020 is your debut at the Bombers, a big game. What were your memories of it?
Yeah, interesting time. It was during COVID. We played Brisbane at Metricon. My family were able to come because Adelaide, the borders were open at that point, which was lucky. So got 8 of the Drapers down there, which was really good. We got pumped, but I had fun and took a hanger.
Oh yes, Draper!
So that's my good memories from that game.
Mate, nothing better than a hanger. And I reckon that's why the Bombers fans, even before you played a game, there was a lot, I know a lot of Essendon fans and they wanted you in the team. You've sort of become a bit of a cult figure. Can you feel that connection with the Essendon fans?
I think so, yeah, definitely. The Essendon fans are amazing. They make me feel very loved and very appreciated, and they appreciate what I do, which is amazing.
And you feed off that. You're a big energy player and you feed off the emotion of the crowd?
Yeah, definitely. Love a big game at the G. Nothing quite like it.
Mate, tell me about Brad Scott. He's been there now in his second year. Tell me about some of the changes he's made in the relationship you have with him.
Yeah, Scotty's amazing. He really believes in me, which is all you can want from a coach. And yeah, when he first came in, he probably didn't change too much. He wanted to see what was going on at the club, and then over this off-season made some good changes. And we've put a lot of time into obviously like your physical work that you can obviously do, but also the mental side of the game as well. It's been a big thing that we've really adapted with this season. And yeah, no, he's really good. He's a mysterious guy. We don't really know too much about him. He sort of keeps his distance a bit, which I think that's good. But everything he says, it's with purpose, and he's saying it for a reason. So you just sort of got to sit there and think back and think, that's good.
Well, he's very experienced.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's good.
Prelim finals at North Melbourne.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's learned a lot from obviously his time at North and then time away from the game as well, and working with the AFL. So yeah, I think we're in good hands.
What about Zach Merritt? I mean, I think he's the captain of the competition at the moment. I mean, he wasn't in the leadership group through a few years ago.
Yeah.
What's he brought differently to that leadership group?
Yeah, I think Zach is just so amazing at leading by example, and Scotty really just empowers him with that, and he just sets the tone for us. If he's getting tagged, doesn't matter. He'll be tackling, chasing, and doing those team things. I think that's really inspiring for us, and Scotty's been really good at letting him lead in his way, and by example is probably the main way. Yeah.
What about pre-game? You know, you're a big, as you said, big energy. Some guys like to just be quiet and do their own thing.
Yeah.
What's your process before a game? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm pretty relaxed pre-game. I thought I would get nervous before my first game, and I just never was. And I was like, all right, okay, this is not too bad. So Jaden Laverty's on the tunes. He gets the boys up and about, and I just sort of dance around and get the energy up a bit. But pre-game's a funny one. It's a lot going on. Some guys will be meditating. Some guys will be full serious. Some guys like me would just be trying to get the energy up. So it's good. Everyone sort of understands that everyone does their own thing, and they just kind of vibe off that.
Mate, one of my favourite moments in the last couple of seasons was your goal of the year. I mean, what you did. Big guys aren't meant to do that, taking out, and it's your game, isn't it? Out of the ruck, you like to follow the ball up.
Yeah.
Take us through that goal, like from the centre bounce to what happened at the end.
Yeah, look, I can't really tell you what I was thinking. I just sort of grabbed it and started running and hoped for the best. But yeah, no, that was really fun.
Did you see it unfolding though? Watching it, you could, even me at home, I'm going, hang on, he's going to get this back here.
Yeah, I know. You probably felt it a couple of times in your career where everything just kind of slows down a bit, and it just all kind of works, and it almost feels like effortless at the time. So it all just kind of worked well, and I was lucky that Guelphy gave me the 1-2, and I could do the rest from there. But yeah, no, it was good fun. I had to go restful forward after that because my celebration, I went like around the stadium a bit, but it was good fun.
Mate, it was awesome. The fans loved it. And you are a big energy player, and I love that. What about over in Adelaide earlier this year? We called the game on Channel 7 and it was a good game. You know, it came down to that last moment. You're over the top of the ball and you did flop on top of it. It could have gone either way, but I loved what you did afterwards. You had a bit of fun with it. Do we take things too seriously at times?
Sometimes I think so. I think, well, the context is everything and things get taken out of context and it looks a lot worse. But yeah, look, I don't think I'm welcome back in Adelaide anytime soon, but I didn't mean anything by that. I just wanted my teammates to ask me what happened and I just kind of explained it. But yeah, it would have, that was a that was a very heated moment.
It was, but I think the interaction with the crowd's good fun. I think the Adelaide crowd walk away and they could see your personality, and I think it's great for the game. We see it in other sports. I reckon we should see more of it in Aussie rules. Mate, what do you like to do outside of footy? As we said, it's a serious game. How do you get your mind out of it?
Yeah, no, I like to hang on my girlfriend, Easy. We've got a little dog, Romeo. We like to walk him. He's good fun. He's a British Bulldog, so he's keeps on our toes. But yeah, I live down in St Kilda, enjoy that lifestyle there, and hang out with mates and family. They come to Melbourne a fair bit. But I'm a pretty relaxed guy. Got a podcast as well. Do that once a week. 200
plus, you call it?
That's correct. Yeah.
So tell us about that.
Yeah, podcast for the rucks out there. It's the opinions from a higher place that no one really cares about. But no, it seems to go right. People like it. It's pretty relaxed. It's a bit of like locker room chat, really. Nothing too serious. We get serious sometimes, but no, it's all good, light-hearted fun.
So where can they find that?
That's on anywhere you get your podcasts. Yeah, Spotify. It's down at Producer where Dill Buckley does his podcast there. So that's under their network. But it's going pretty well.
Do you talk other sport on there?
Nah, not really. Oh, sometimes we talk about everything, really.
Yeah. What about soccer? Obviously, you follow a team in Europe, in England or Europe?
Yeah, Man United is my team. A bit flat because England lost the Euros, so I was getting up and watching those games. But it's not coming home this year. I'll have to wait and see.
Did you get right behind it? Get up?
Yeah, absolutely. I was getting up and watching it. It'd be pretty cool to be over there and amongst it. That'd be pretty special. After footy, I reckon I'll definitely get amongst that.
Is it soccer in the Olympics? Can they?
I think so, but it's not really taken as seriously.
They don't. All the good players don't go. Yeah. Do you get over there at the end of the year and get 20 of the Premier League or European games?
Yeah, so I went to Europe a couple of years ago. I'm going this off-season and I'm going with my family as well, which will be pretty cool and very special as well to see some family we haven't seen for a while. So it's nice to go over there and do that. My family don't quite understand footy. They follow Essendon and all the socials and stuff, and they know that it's good that I'm playing footy, but they don't quite understand it, but they're pumped for me.
Yeah, it's great. Thanks so much for coming in. So I've got a little bottle of pepper jack there, mate. Take that home.
Oh, very nice.
And the girlfriend down in St Kilda.
Very nice.
Pop into that on the weekend. But Sam, thanks for joining us.
No, thank you very much.
It's beautiful. Good. There you go. That was Sam Draper. What a star he is. That was Knockoffs. I'm Richo. We'll see you again next time.
Cool.
Join me, Cal Toomey,
and me, Riley Beveridge,
every Wednesday on Gettable, the definitive source of everything you need to know for player movement, trade, free agency, draft, and contracts.
Watch Gettable every Wednesday or catch it as a podcast wherever you listen.